Ken Kaplan from the New England Motorcycle Museum, and today I've got another classic Harley Davidson. This is a 1979 XLH Ironhead 1000. Very desirable, sought after bike. We just sold several of these this year, the Ironheads, and in stock original condition we sold one for $12,800, another one sold for $9,500, and a couple of them sold in the $6,000–7,000 range. So looking at the NADA value, this particular one in excellent condition has an NADA of $7,025. Interesting story behind this one. One of our clients actually traded this in at a local Harley Davidson dealer under the condition that he could buy it back within 90 days because they weren't giving him much for it. They were only giving him like $1,400 for it, and he knew what he had into it. He had receipts for having the engine rebuilt and everything, so he bought the bike back from the Harley Davidson dealer after he traded it in. And I have all the paperwork for that. I also have the bill of sale from 1983. The original owner sold it to the gentleman we bought it from. So we went through the bike. The only reason we're selling it as is, without putting a paint job on it and putting a new carburetor on it, and in running condition, is our Harley Davidson tech resigned, and we don't have a Harley Davidson specialist here right now, so we're looking to hire one. But I have the paperwork for what he had done on the bike. When it came in, he drained the fuel tank, cleaned the carb, put a new battery in it, changed the oil and transmission and brake fluid was all changed, put the handlebars back to the stock original handlebars, replaced the clutch cable, which isn't on the motorcycle right now. It's missing the clutch cable and the brake lever and the carburetor. When he left, a lot of the parts disappeared. Not sure what happened to them, but they're not here. So he put the stock front turn signals on it. He replaced the right side switch set, put new fork seals on it, left and right, flushed the brakes out, and put new brake pads on it, front and rear, replaced the exhaust clamps, and then put the stock Harley Davidson pegs back on it. These are the OEM Harley pegs. So we were trying to get it as close to stock. I believe that's a stock original seat on it. We were going to paint it in the stock colors, and at this point it's going to need a carburetor, and it's going to need a clutch cable and a clutch lever to get going. And of course you want to put a new paint job on it, but if you're willing to do a little bit of the work yourself, you're going to get a much better deal on this bike because there's a low reserve on it. It has original tins on it. Everything else on the bike appears to be in good condition. And I have some literature from when the previous owner had the engine rebuilt. The pistons were replaced, the whole top end was done on the motorcycle. And it's just a well cared for, much loved motorcycle that's only been in a couple of people's hands for the last 35 years. He had done some different work to it, like a new starter solenoid, and rebuilt the top end on it, replaced the front brake line. What else do we have here? I have a receipt from All Wheels Motorsports right here in Manchester, Connecticut, where he purchased the piston set for it, the gasket set, the cylinder was bored, a valve job was done. He invested $1,363.98 in the top end, and that was less than 1,000 miles ago. So the top end of this motor should be like brand new. He put an XL starter drive, heavy duty, and let's see, new tire tubes and a new front brake switch. So in the last, we put over $600 in the parts into this bike ourselves, plus the 8 hours of labor. So we put about $1,400 into it. He had just put $1,400 in the top end. There's over $3,000 of repairs and maintenance has been done on the bike. And what it needs now is, since the carburetor is missing, is it needs a new carburetor, which you can buy in S&S online, used for under $300, new they're in the $300 plus range, or you can buy a rebuilt Harley car. See, the engine's in super clean condition. All the cylinder fins are mint. This is obviously an engine that was recently rebuilt. Gaskets are looking new on it. None of the bolts are stripped out on the heads. The oil lines here are brand new. The cylinders look to be in new condition. Just a beautiful Ironhead Sportster motor, completed with a new paint job on here, an OEM style paint job. This is a $9,000 bike all day long. It's being sold as is because we don't have the staff to fix it, and we've got about a 2-year backlog on bikes, and we need the money. So it's being sold as is. Hopefully it'll go to a good home. Someone will see the the value here. In my opinion, this is the most gorgeous Harley engine ever made, the Iron Head, especially from this side. Very mechanical looking engine, very vintage looking motor, but a good high performance V-twin that's pretty much bulletproof once you get them running right. So this particular one is set up with a triple disc brakes, high performance braking system on it, spoke wheels, long travel suspension, original stock forks and shocks, frames unmolested, nice straight beautiful original frame, original factory seat to my knowledge. I think it's the factory seat, and of course the original tank. So great starting point for a concourse quality restoration, or if you want to do whatever you want from here, turn it into a cafe racer or just do a resto mod or whatever. The bike's all here. So if you have any questions on it, give us a call, 860-454-7024. We can ship this bike anywhere in the country for under $500, and it's got a ton of potential, so I hope it goes to a good home. It's got a reasonable reserve on it, which is less than just the parts and labor that were put in by us and the previous owner. So, and it's a fraction of what the excellent condition is. So good luck bidding on it. God bless America.